Hello everyone, you're watching In Case You Missed It, and this is what happened in round 19. We start with North Melbourne, and the Brews bounced back from last week's belting to make Shaun Higgins' 200th game one to remember in Hobart. The Brews overpowering the Eagles to the tune of 40 points and keeping themselves in the finals hunt. Mad Jack got off on the right foot, Willie Rioli chiming in with a stylish skidder. How about that one? Although he looked a little bemused by this non-high tackle decision. Ahern had a breakout performance, but it wasn't a West Coast Hearn. Brews youngster Paul Ahern dominating the midfield to record a career-high 37 disposals and 12 clearances. The Eagles clearly missing Luke Shuey on Sunday. The cream on the cake left to the milestone man.
Higgins runs to 35 and the West Coast Eagles are on the canvas.
A big win for the Kangas to remain in top 8 contention, and in case Tassie wasn't already cold enough, Mason Wood gave debutant Will Walker an icy exit from the field. Ice, ice, Willie, indeed. Now, speaking of bloody freezing, Port Adelaide and the Western Bulldogs had to endure near minus temperatures at Mars Stadium in Ballarat on Sunday afternoon. The Power, true to their name, plugged in a microwave on the bench and fired up hot packs for the players in conditions that felt like -5. Jack Watts having an influence on the field too, although the ump didn't see much of the goal. It was Fergie fever for the Dogs as Fergus Green was mobbed by teammates after his first strike on debut. Likewise for Kane Farrell at the other end.
Kane Farrell lines it up. It's good. It's sensational. It's his first goal in the big time.
Charlie Dixon's 5 goals and Paddy Ryder's successful return from injury vital in a 44-point win that propels Port into 4th spot on the ladder. Now to one of the most anticipated games of the season, and the Richmond versus Collingwood blockbuster more than lived up to the hype, with 88,000 fans treated to a fierce contest. The reigning premiers too strong late to earn a 28-point win. Jayden Short has fast become a go-to for long bombs, and the Tiger couldn't believe his luck when the Pies cleared the runway twice. High flyer Jeremy Howe went down after a heavy hit, but Grundy's ruck dominance, 75 disposals between Scott Pendlebury and Steele Sidebottom, and 4 goals to Josh Thomas kept Collingwood in touch. It was deja vu, though, after three-quarter time as Richmond stormed to a match-defining lead in similar fashion to the previous meeting in round 6.
Perfectly positioned to add his name to the list.
The win set a new record for consecutive victories at the MCG, 18 in a row and counting. The news, though, only got worse for the Pies as defender Matt Scharenberg went down with a suspected ACL for the 3rd time in his short career.
We fear the worst, which is shattering for him. That's the overwhelming feeling in the rooms at the moment, is disappointment for him, and we're shattered for him. But that will likely to be confirmed with scans that it's an ACL injury.
And the Pies just can't take a trick. Jamie Elliott's VFL return went horribly wrong, the small forward suffering a hamstring injury on Sunday. Well, Richmond's certainly making a statement at the MCG, and one young Tiger, Jack Higgins, continues to be a human highlights reel. The pocket rocket pulling a rabbit out of the hat with this genius goal.
It was on a knife's edge. Higgins!
Was it a throw, though? Well, it really doesn't matter because that one is in the book and certainly a goal of the year contender.
Oh, mate, nothing was going through my head. I just put it up and I was hoping it wasn't a throw, but I luckily got onto it. And mate, I thought it was a throw, but I got onto it, so it was good.
Have you ever practiced anything like that? Where did that come from?
I haven't practiced anything like that. That was just a fluke.
Yeah, I'm going to steal Brendan Gale's line here. They don't teach that in VCE. That's a good line.
They certainly don't teach you that at school, but sure enough, come Monday, kids all over the country will be trying to reenact that goal. In fact, One big kid in Jack Riewoldt already has the Premiership Tiger taking to Instagram on Sunday morning to post his attempt. Not bad there from Riewoldt. He even had the celebration in there as well. Nice one, Jack and Jack. Moving on to Melbourne now, and the D's have taken a big step towards their first finals appearance in 12 years, beating Adelaide by 13 points. The home side jumped out of the blocks through Eddie Betts before 300-gamer Jordan Lewis marked the occasion with a goal. And no, you're not seeing double. Lewis kicked almost the carbon copy in the third term as the D's slammed on 7 goals to 1. The heavens then opened up and it appeared to play a part in a couple of crucial misses, but the sure hands of Clayton Oliver had no trouble to turn his 14th clearance into the Neil Bullen Neil Buckler.
Got Neil Bullen. There's the game. Look at Simon Goodwin. You reckon that doesn't mean something? And what about that man there?
Simon Goodwin says it all there. Now, keep the applause coming for Clayton Oliver. The star Melbourne midfielder had 25 contested possessions and continues to play with incredible maturity. Can you believe he's only 21 years of age? His form has prompted a question in this week's agenda. Who would you prefer to build your midfield around? Oliver or Carlton star Patrick Cripps. Now, the duo are very evenly matched in almost every major category, first and second in the competition for contested possession, and that's no easy feat there. Cripps is far stronger in the air, taking 23 contested marks to 4, while Oliver has 14 goal assists to 5. You'd be in safe hands either way, but who gets the nod? We'll let you guys decide. Now, after re-signing during the week, it was you little Cripper for his Blues on Saturday night. Carlton finally notching its second win of the season against Gold Coast at Metricon Stadium. It was neck and neck in a low-scoring first half. The Blues burst to life after the break, marking their territory inside 50 through Ed Curnow and Harry Mackay. Son Stephen May vented his frustrations on Sam Rowe and later collected Jacob Wiedering in a courageous duel. Brendan Bolton saying the former #1 pick has avoided serious injury, but another high draft selection in Paddy Dow put the foot down for the goal of the game.
Hit on goal, end-to-end stuff from Carlton! Unbelievable from the Blues and Paddy Dow.
Paddy, wow, the win was their first since beating the Bombers in round 8. Finals are still on the agenda for Hawthorn after a percentage-boosting 59-point win over a fairly lacklustre Fremantle outfit on Sunday at Optus Stadium. Luke Bruce was on song early with 2 goals, the Star Hawk dancing his way around Freo's defence to kick 4 majors for the day. The Dockers struggled to find an avenue to goal after the first term and nearly went goalless for 2 quarters. Veteran David Mundy finally breaking the drought before 3-quarter time. Tom Mitchell didn't do his Brownlow chances any harm. The ball magnet putting on a clinic with 42 disposals, 7 clearances and 2 goals as the Hawks strolled to victory.
A shot at it, which he takes. Remember that, umps?
It's always handy if you're pushing your Brownlow barrel to kick a goal or 2, Pav.
It's no wonder he's the Brownlow favourite. What a season Tom Mitchell has had so far. All right, on to the Giants now, and they have continued their charge towards September and now look to be a genuine top 4 contender after a 25-point win over the Saints on Saturday. It was a sluggish start for GWS, the Saints dominant in the first half, but failed to take advantage of their hard work. Alan Richardson's men had 40 inside 50s to 18, but could only score 3 goals 10. The Giants springing to life in the third term with 6 goals as they notched up another victory.
Brett Deledio, they're riding it home and he's got it. Zach Langdon made a really good choice to give it to the former Tiger.
Lockie Whitfield was impressive again off half-back with 32 touches, while Harry Himmelberg kicked 4 goals. The Giants set to go from strength to strength with star forward Jeremy Cameron to return from a 5-week ban next week against the Blues, and they certainly are shaping as a September threat. Time now for hot and cold, and Tom Hawkins certainly is on fire. The Star Cat has had a fortnight to remember, bagging back-to-back 7-goal hauls. Against the Lions on Saturday, he was in scintillating form, taking his tally to 44 for the season.
He doesn't mind this position. Back back-to-back bags of 7 for the Tomahawk.
Hawkins is now just 5 goals behind Coleman medal leader Ben Brown. The Cats' 42-point win over the Lions came at a cost, though. Tom Stewart suffering an ankle injury in the first term. From a red-hot Tom Hawkins to a key forward slightly out of sorts in Buddy Franklin. The Swans superstar kicked 2 goals in Sydney's loss to the Bombers on Friday night, but was well beaten by Michael Hurley, who had the better of him in the majority of the contests. Aussie basketballer Dante Exum and the greatest showman, Hugh Jackman, on hand at Etihad Stadium to witness one of the AFL's greatest showmen being shut down by a superb defensive performance. Essendon's win their 8th in 10 games, keeping them in the finals hunt as the Swans took another dive, putting their top 8 place in jeopardy.
I feel we have to do something about it pretty quickly. I mean, we've got to put the parachute up and stop the fall pretty quickly. You know, we're aware of that. It's not going to happen the way we played the last quarter tonight. And there might be a couple of players coming back next week, but they're not all coming back. So we need to make a pretty narrow focus on what we need to get right. And the competitive side of it is always a starting point, and that's what we're going to have to focus on.
The Swans certainly are in strife. Let's look at the ladder now. West Coast and Collingwood lose ground on likely minor premiers Richmond. Port, the Giants and the D's all climb and keep themselves in top 4 reckoning. The Swans' dramatic slide sees them in danger of missing the finals now for the first time since 2009. North and the Bombers doing their finals chances no harm, while Carlton finally salutes after an 11-week absence from the winners list. And that's another episode of In Case You Missed It, done and dusted. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week.